Hey everyone, it's Chris and welcome back to The Ridge. Today, we're going to talk about our Smoky Lake Dauntless, the good, the bad, and the, well, slightly inconvenient. Join us!
Come on down, everybody. Go!
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We really appreciate everybody watching and subscribing and liking the video and all that stuff. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, this is about the good, the bad, and the slightly inconvenient of the Smoky Lake Dauntless. But I do want to say right out of the gate, there really is no bad with this unit. We're not paid by Smoky Lake Maple. We just appreciate a good quality product. And I will say, aside from just a few slightly inconvenient things, there is absolutely, positively no bad with this unit. That's a spoiler alert. So, with that said, let's get into it. All right, the first thing we want to point out, the first good that we have, is that our Smoky Lake Dauntless is excellently made. The craftsmanship, and I just want to show you the labels that are on this thing. Proud to reflect true American craftsmanship. This thing is made so well. It's made in America. The welds on this thing are incredible. I just want to show you and I mean, as you can see, like, this thing is in action right now. It's made of absolutely the best steel. It comes with this paint, arch paint. The stainless steel on here it's super high quality. It's not thin. And as you can see here, I mean, we're boiling. I mean, this thing works great. So you can tell that it's just a really, really, really quality product. I'll be honest with you, anything that we've bought from Smoky Lake Maple we've found to be a quality product. From the stack thermometer to our Smoky Lake filter press and the Murphy cup that we bought, everything that is made by this company just is very, very, very well done. All right, number two. This thing is easy to clean. So, obviously this thing is filled with sap right now, we're boiling, but this pan, this is the divided pan, this just easily lifts right off the top, right off the arch here. You can disconnect this if you want, but we normally don't. We bring this whole unit inside, and by the way, this is the warming pan. This comes off also. You can see it just sort of sits on there. It's sturdy, but it sits on there. So this comes off, and we just take this into the house. We put it in the bathtub and we scrub it. That's before we get rid of that's after we get rid of the sugar sand. What we'll normally do is put a vinegar solution in there, let it boil, get it hot for a little bit, and just let the vinegar and water sit in there. And then we'll scrub it with just a brush or a sponge or whatever. But then we bring this inside and clean it. It's super easy to clean, and we love that for that reason. Number 3, the instruction manual is excellent. I mean, when was the last time you all bought something that had an instruction manual like this? You could tell that Jim and Angela, I mean, they put so much work into this. I can't imagine how much it costs them and how much time that they put into making this. It starts all the way from the moment you get the unit, how exactly to put it together. It goes in all the add-ons that you could have, how to spray paint. And if this isn't enough for you, they have an entire YouTube channel that pretty much tells you anything you want to know about anything you could even remotely buy from them. So, we're not affiliated with Smoky Lake. We don't sell their products. We just buy stuff that works. Because when I spend my hard-earned money on it, on anything Maple, I want to make sure that it works. And honestly, this company, they just make some really, really great stuff. So I think the third reason why the Dauntless is incredible is the instruction manual. But honestly, on a bigger scale, just the YouTube channel that they have, and just their dedication to making just a quality product. All right, now let's talk about the quote-unquote bad. Again, there is no bad. These are just a couple things that we noticed that maybe could be improved. So number one, we feel that a blower seems necessary for the Dauntless, and we didn't buy one. So the reason we say that is because the air gets fed to the fire up underneath it here. You can see that. But eventually that gets covered and sort of filled with coals. And the coals can block those vents. I think that if you had a blower, that wouldn't happen. But the coals block the vents, and then the fire sort of like chokes itself out. As of right now, we haven't been boiling for maybe 2 hours, so that's not really a problem. But if you're doing 5, 6, 8, 10 hours of boiling, that's getting covered up. And it's going to end up choking itself out. So I do think a blower is necessary with this. I kind of wish that they would offer this with the blower included, or include it maybe at a discount with the purchase of a Dauntless. Next, we feel that the wood must be perfect, and maybe this is more like a tiff more than anything, but we do feel a bad with this is that the wood has to be absolutely perfect. So first and foremost, it really can't be any thicker than like the width of your wrist, and that's per their YouTube channel. And it has to be perfectly dry. Now, I know that when you have a wood stove and all that, like, of course the wood has to be dry in order for it to burn efficiently and all that stuff, but I don't know. The wood has to be absolutely perfect. And they say that this thing will evaporate something like 9 to 11 gallons an hour under the most perfect conditions. All right, the third bad. This is the fiberglass strip. Now, we buy this every year from Smoky Lake Maple. We have to buy it every year from Smoky Lake Maple because it degrades to the point, and I guess it gets so hot that the adhesive sort of melts off, and it starts to sort of like come off of the rail here, and sort of like bends and twists and becomes altogether pretty much ineffective. By the way, this strip here, the strip that goes around here, it's something like $45, and we just kind of feel like it should be included, and we feel like it should be just maybe a little bit. I'm sure it's a super high quality, but like here's an example. You can see how it's sort of like coming up and it's not sticking anymore. So we just kind of feel like maybe an improvement could be made there. I don't know what the solution is, but I don't know. I feel like it should be something like a little bit better. You can see the adhesive there, and like right in there, you might be able to see the orange in there. Like that's the fire. So I don't know. It's not great in my opinion. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We really appreciate it. Okay, now time for the slightly inconvenient. So, slightly inconvenient number one. We understand this is a 2x4 unit, and it is an entry-level unit, but it's a mid-grade entry-level unit. But it just to let you all know, it takes somewhere around 165 gallons of sap in order to even remotely be able to draw off. So you should take that into account before you buy this unit. We weren't really told that, but we have plenty of sugar maples, not red maples, but sugar maples to get sap from. So getting that amount of sap is not a problem. But if you only have like 10 or 20 or 50 trees maybe, it might be a struggle to get that amount of sap. So if you buy this, expect to put at least 165 gallons of non-RO'd sap through it before you're able to draw off. All right, number two of the slightly inconvenient we feel is the cost of the unit. Now, we paid for this unit 2 years ago. We paid right around $2,000. This was an upgrade, the sight glass. The warming pan was an upgrade. It also, you could get a float box for it, which would mount over here. We didn't get that, but that would have been an upgrade also. So right around $2,000. Now, $2,000 for a hobby. We love this hobby, so we paid it. But it's quite a lot of money. They are not inexpensive. But I will say this, for the amount that you get and for what you get, we feel like it's a good deal. It is American made. It's made in Wisconsin, and it's a quality product, so we were willing to pay it. But $2,000 is a lot of money. And we also had to buy the fire brick. Now, I know you can buy the fire brick from them also, but who wants to ship that, you know, across the country or whatever? But, so we had to buy the fire brick also. Just FYI, I mean, this is a significant investment. It's not inexpensive. And that leads us to the third thing. For $2,000, it should come with a lid. We've made all kinds of different things in order to cover this, to cover the sap or almost ready maple syrup, you know, overnight or whatever while we're waiting to get more sap or whatever. But like, it really should come with a lid. Right now, we're using a piece of just like plastic to go over. Of course, we wait for this to cool, and then we put that over top of it overnight and all that stuff. But we really do feel like it should come with a lid. We've tried to buy the lid. We looked at buying the lid. The lid is something like $300, and we just didn't want to spend that kind of money on that. So, yeah, we feel like it should come with a lid. Also, we feel like it should come with a blower, because once that gets sort of clogged up, you're going to have to rearrange those coals. You're going to struggle to maintain a good boil. So anyways, that's it. That's the video. If you want to become an OG Mapler and continue learning how to rely less and create more from high atop the Allegheny Plateau, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time out on the ridge.